No one needs an OnlyFans subscription. They emotionally want an OnlyFans subscription because of what you can provide to them through your content and your interaction with them. So just keep in mind that people are not logically sitting there going, oh, okay, well, this one is $10 and this other one's $9.99. Okay, I mean, this is a good example here. So if someone is pricing at $10 and $9.99, no one is going to choose the person that they don't have an emotional connection with, for $9.99 to save the 1 penny. They are going to buy the person that they connect with, regardless of what the difference might be in price and content and everything. It's going to be an emotional decision, and it's going to go back to helping them relieve some sort of pain or gain, relieve some sort of pain or gain some sort of pleasure. So keep that in mind. All right, and then he has just a very pithy kind of a quote, which is, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. That's one that he's known very well for. It's pretty straightforward. All things start with a dream. They start with an idea that you believe in more than other people do. So if you're looking out at other people to believe in your OnlyFans page as much as you do, they won't. If you're looking for your significant other or a friend to care as much about your OnlyFans page and your business as you do, they won't. Your dream is your dream. They're working on their own dream. So you have to really believe in what you're doing with your OnlyFans page, and you have to be, the person who is working hardest to achieve it. All right, so his next quote is, people say motivation doesn't last, and neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily. So his quote here basically is saying that, much like what I'm saying, these things I'm saying right now to you, is that you have to continuously fill your mind with motivation, with positive motivation to move forward and to work hard. You don't just listen to one podcast like this one and then, go for 3 months and not hear any new positive things in regards to working hard and motivating yourself and think that that's going to do it. You need to make sure that you have a constant flow of positive thoughts, coming from outside sources, from ideas, from people who have experienced these same things before. And by daily listening to new ideas, new marketing ideas, new promotion ideas, new motivational ideas, it will help you flow. It will help your work flow better, and it will help you succeed more. All right, his next quote is, money is not everything, but it ranks right up there with oxygen. Obviously, as I mentioned, the title here, securing the bag, money helps, certainly in this world. Right now, people are hurting due to the pandemic. People need every little bit of money that they can get, for their families, for themselves. And it isn't everything. And people will say it's not everything, but it really does help. So if you can secure your bag, if you can be successful with your OnlyFans, that's just more oxygen. And we know what happens when you get more oxygen through your system. You feel better. And, psychologically and physically, people feel better when they have money in the bank. So that's what he's saying there. And his next quote is, you are the only person on earth that can use your ability. That's a brilliant quote. He's basically saying that you are given with, or you have skills that no one else has. You have experiences that no one else has. It does not matter how many people start an OnlyFans page. It doesn't matter how many people are out there marketing. You have your own abilities and skills, and you should utilize them. We went over in a podcast about taking your hobbies, your skills, and using that to bring people into your OnlyFans page, not necessarily just pictures and videos that you're promoting. And, he's very much saying that here is that you want to take your unique abilities, and that will help you succeed in your business endeavor. And then his last quote here is, make failure your teacher, not your undertaker. So again, I'll repeat that one. Make failure your teacher, not your undertaker. We all fail. We all make bad decisions. But if we take those bad decisions and those failures, be them marketing or just life failures, and we let them just send us to our grave early, what good was it? What good was what you tried to do? But if you take from what you tried to do and you learn from that failure, if you learn from those mistakes, you'll be able to be even stronger as you move forward. Trust me, starting any kind of business, if this is your first time on doing any entrepreneurship or any type of business, you're going to need to give it months and months, because the first month, when you look back a year later at your first month doing any business, you're going to say, what was I thinking? What was I even? And that doesn't matter how much experience somebody has. You can't go into a new arena and just expect to be the champion right away. So looking at your failures and using them as a perspective and not as a way to, further, denigrate yourself and pull yourself down, is basically how you succeed. You succeed by maximizing your failures in a way that will move you forward. All right. So that was Zig Ziglar. And I will say this, Zig Ziglar has some books that you can read. His most famous one is, as I mentioned, See You at the Top. And there's also Ziglar on Selling. But honestly, Zig Ziglar's real gift was verbal communication. He has a very interesting mix of Mississippi, Alabama accent, that whole folksy thing that makes you want to listen to him. And almost all of his speeches are sitting on YouTube pretty much for free at this point. Like I said, most of these were done in the 80s and 90s. You can get these. You can listen to these. They are still just as relevant today. Everything he talked about, I feel like he wanted it to be evergreen. There's going to be some things he mentions in the 80s and 90s, probably about fax machines that aren't relevant anymore. But what he's talking about is universal. So I highly recommend, if you've enjoyed this podcast, to hunt him out, as he is an icon of securing the bag. And again, his name is Zig Ziglar. Look him up on YouTube. He still has a foundation and a website as well, where people are continuing to use his sales training and his sales knowledge into the future to help people. So, feel free to check him out. And as I mentioned, he has passed. So, what people are doing now is they're taking his knowledge and into the future. Okay. Well, that was OnlyFans Secure the Bag Icons, Zig Ziglar. Again, my name is Richard Lewis. I am the founder of OnlyFans Hero and an upcoming platform called Stripper.fan. You can find this podcast on Instagram at OnlyFans Secrets Podcast. You can also find us on Reddit at the subreddit of r/OnlyFans Secrets, which is a marketing community on Reddit. You can find us on OnlyFans itself at onlyfans.com/OnlyFansHero. Please follow and subscribe on there for the latest updates on this podcast. We're also on TikTok, still working TikTok as hard as we can, at OF Secrets Podcast. And you can also find us on Twitter, where we run an hourly free promotion for OnlyFans creators. And that's at OnlyFans Hero. And as I mentioned, when we reached 40,000 followers, I mentioned that to you guys, and we've just hit 40,000 followers today. Still growing by 500 plus followers every day, both creators and subscribers. So please jump on there, again, as it's free and it's just a helpful resource. And as always, you can reach out to me directly at OnlyFansHero on Twitter with any ideas you have for episodes, any questions you have, especially for our Sunday Secrets episode, which we do every Sunday where we answer listeners' questions. Feel free to reach out to me on there for that. And as always, guys, I just really appreciate you listening to this podcast and supporting it. If you have anywhere you can drop a review for this podcast, always super helpful. And please continue listening and supporting the podcast and leaving messages for me. I just really appreciate that. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.